I'm Dr. Morcease J. Beasley, Superintendent of Clayton County Public Schools. You're listening to Be Inspired with Beasley, a podcast aimed to inspire and lift our community with actions that add value to the lives of our students here in Clayton County. Hello, I'm Dr. Morcease J. Beasley, Superintendent of Clayton County Public Schools. You're listening to Be Inspired with Beasley, a podcast aimed to inspire and lift our community with actions that add value to the lives of our students here in Clayton County. Welcome to Be Inspired with Beasley. I'm so grateful for you for tuning in with me on today. Today, I have a very, very important guest and person in this county. He happens to be the chairman of the Board of Commissioners for Clayton County. Welcome, Commissioner Chair Jeff Turner.
Thank you, Dr.
I didn't want to call you the wrong thing.
Thank you, Doc, for having me. It's always a pleasure.
We're so glad to have you, Chairman Turner. And just so you all will know, I just normally call him Chairman Turner. So we are so grateful that you're here. We hope you're doing well this new year. I told him that this was podcast number 5, and he told me that he should have been number 1. Then I told him, you all, that this was number 1 for the new year. So he felt better after that. So we're glad to be able to say that this is our first podcast for the new year of 2021. And we're so honored to have our chair of the Clayton County Board of Commissioners right here in Clayton County Public Schools on today. So Chairman Turner, I'd like you to first basically introduce yourself to everyone. I believe everybody listening will already know you, but you know, this podcast is also heard by other people beyond Clayton County. So feel free, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll go into the dialogue and give you a chance to share anything that you want to share about Clayton County.
Okay, I appreciate that. And let me first start off by saying I appreciate you having a podcast series simply because you're getting information out into the community.
Thank you, sir.
We can never give this community, which is a great community, enough information. So thank you in that respect. So as Dr. Beasley has said, I am Jeffrey Turner. I am the chairman of Clayton County Board of Commissioners. I've lived in Clayton County for probably over about 40 years now.
Wow.
I am a product of Morrow High School and proud of that fact. And I served the Clayton County Police Department for 23 years. The last 3.5 of those years, I was the chief of police, served proud and honorably in that position as being a police officer and with integrity. This community means a lot to me. Even after I left from policing, I wanted to continue to serve this community, and that is a main reason why I ran to be the chairman of this community, of this county rather. And I am so thankful and grateful for the citizens who have elected me now 3 times to continue the work that we are doing here in Clayton County.
Well, we're grateful, and we know here in the school system, the relationship that we have with you and with the Board of Commissioners is critical to the success and the work of supporting our 55,000 children. So we're very grateful. Well, Chairman Turner, if you will, let's just start out by telling us, how is the county doing right now? And I know, and you know, that we're still in virtual learning here in the school system, and hopefully the data is improving, and we're discussing right now bringing kids back hopefully in April. But tell us right now, how is the county doing in the midst of this pandemic?
Well, let me say this in all sincerity. The county is in a good spot. We, despite being in a national and global pandemic, Clayton County is faring very well. We have not had to lay off any of our employees. We are provided, I believe we have received a lot of good money from the federal government through the CARES Act to take care of not only our citizens, but the healthcare professionals, as well as our first responders in the county and the people who provide the services through our county government to our citizens. So we are using that money in a logical, respectful, and needed way to make sure that we are, during this pandemic, keeping everybody safe. And, you know, we probably cover it a little later, but while we're talking about the pandemic and keeping people safe, it's incumbent upon all of us, citizens, county employees, school system workers, to follow the CDC guidelines, get that shot when it becomes available, and do what we have to do to keep our families and each other safe.
Very good, very good. Chairman, have you had the vaccine?
I have.
Oh, very good. So you're doing well. You're good. You support the vaccine.
Very much so. I had both shots.
Okay.
And nothing has dropped off.
Oh,
I haven't
good.
grown a third eye.
Good,
so at the end of the
good.
day, I was a little sore
Okay.
when the shot was first administered to me. But after that, I have had no complications, no issues. And even despite the fact that I've had the shot, I still continue to wear a mask, continue to follow the CDC guidelines, and do what I have to do to make sure that everybody around me continues to be safe.
Very good. I look forward to getting the vaccine. I had recently got the flu shot, and they told me I had to wait at least 2 weeks. So I know they've not got the tier 1B with educators, but as soon as I get the invitation that y'all have some vaccines available and I'm out of my 2-week period with this flu shot, I plan on getting the vaccine as well.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that because we'll have a camera there too. So if you cry, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be recorded.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty good at taking pain. You know.
You gotta have some thick skin.
That's right. That's right. Well, tell us about the projects right now that are going on in Clayton County. You know, I drive by the International Park every day, and it looks like it's going to be an amazing park once they're finished for families. So what's happening there, and what are some other projects that are going on in the county?
Right. So absolutely, the International Park and Beach is going to be fantastic. That water park is going to be something. And I just learned this today, that the lazy river that goes around the inside of that park is the second largest in the state.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. So we do have a hiccup with the build out.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic. Steel is hard to come by.
Steel.
So there's a major building that we need to build that houses the water pumps and the restrooms that we can't build out unless we have that additional steel. We're not going to get that steel till maybe in September.
Okay.
So we were hoping to get that park open by late July at the most. But if it's open in September, we're probably going to miss that part of it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the rest of the build out of that facility, the amphitheater should be finished. It's an outside amphitheater.
Okay.
The pavilion should be up. The walkways should be boardwalk around the water will be completed. So it's going to be an absolutely beautiful project once it's finished. Something again that's built with SPLOST dollars. So your tax dollars, money at work, and something that you're going to be proud of. But in that same vein of building projects with SPLOST money, we're looking at. We just completed the Northwest Police Station on Riverdale Road. Okay. We have a library that also on Riverdale Road that's due to be open in a couple of months. The Recreation Center out at District 4, which is the Lake Spivey area, just opened last month. And that is a great facility, great place to go work out. Come on out, work out, fellowship, work our trail system. Trail system is a great pathway to stay healthy and to get to walk around and know other people, meet other people in the community. We also have a senior center that's coming online a couple of months off of Anvil Block Road, which is not too far from some of your new schools that's coming online. And then the International Generational Center, which is on Flint River Road, is slated to be open in a couple of months. Well, not even a couple of months, probably in 2 to 3 weeks.
So these sound like a lot of projects to improve the quality of life here in Clayton County. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
That's a great use of the SPLOST funds to improve the quality of life of citizens right here in Clayton County.
And, it's very important for us to let people know that your money is not idly sitting by. We are being good stewards of the county's money, and we are actually building products or facilities that not only you can be proud of, but are community-minded.
That's right.
We take a lot of pride in making sure that we have facilities that goes towards the health and well-being of our citizens, because that's what it's about. We want you to have a quality of life that you can enjoy for a long time. So you got to get out there, you got to walk, you got to run, you got to exercise, you got to stay healthy. We benefit as a county, as a society, if our citizens are healthy.
Well, you mentioned the trails, so we need to encourage people to use those trails and get out there and enjoy nature and use the pathways that have been provided. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us about the response of the county during the pandemic? I know that many communities are concerned about evictions and foreclosures, families not being able to pay the rent or mortgage. How is our county responding in that area relative to supporting families in the event of eviction, or they have financial issues and they can't pay the rent or mortgage? And then, of course, food distribution. I know the district is doing some food distribution along with the meals that we provide to students. But can you share specifically what the county is doing to help families mitigate for these challenges that the pandemic has caused?
Absolutely. So first thing I want to say is give a shout out and kudos to our staff and those community partners that we worked with to make sure that food distributions and the school system definitely has been on the front end of that, providing locations for us to be able to safely distribute and give food away to our citizens. Our fire department, through our Department of Emergency Management, when this first took place, the pandemic, when it was really known, they jumped right into gear and start working with the Department of Health. And they came up with distribution locations for testing as well as now for vaccination sites. So I am very proud of the partnerships, not only the Department of Public Health and our Department of EMA, but the cities also helped us find locations. They allowed us to come in and work with their staff members to make sure that our citizens were getting taken care of. But when it comes to the end result of the impact that it's had on our community, on our citizens, as it relates to their livelihood, we were able to secure 3 different buckets of money through the CARES Act and through appropriations from the BOC itself. So first, the BOC allocated $1 million, and that $1 million went to the eviction assessment process. So those people who are in fear of about to get evicted, we are working with the magistrate court judge, the sheriff's department, and some of the other entities in Clayton County to look at who is in imminent fear of getting evicted. And then they will have to make an application, and we will have an app on our website that they can make application for. And then we will go and work with the magistrate court judge, who is Keisha Wright Hill, to make sure that, yes, they have a eviction that's imminent, and make sure we address that by providing money to the landlord, not to the renter, but to the landlord,
to take care
to
of the
make
problem.
sure that they are able to not be evicted, basically. Second pot of money is through the Community Development Department, the ESG money. There's roughly about $2.7 million, and that money goes towards utilities. So those families who are having a hard time, because when you're not working and you're staying at home, then all those utilities, those bills are going up. So that money can be allocated through, again, a process to make sure we are taking care of those families who are in need of a little help with their utilities. The last pot of money through the CARES Act, again, is $8.7 million. And that is for mortgage assistance and utility assistance as well. Excellent. So that's more money, but that money came from the federal government through the CARES Act. So we are mindful of that people need help, and we are trying to do all we can do to provide our citizens with some kind of relief. But at the end of the day, even though we are finding ways and money to help people, I don't know how long this pandemic is going to help or is going to continue. But at the end of the day, we need them to try to help find ways to sustain themselves as well. Because when that money's gone, it's gone. And if you find yourself in the same situation down the road, and we're not able to be in a position, we the government, because the government can't do it all, and we're not in a position to help, then I'm fearful that you might get evicted, that you might not be able to pay your utilities.
It's a resource to help you,
right?
But it's not a long-term solution. So you got to find some other means of income to pay for those utilities and rent, etc. But I think it's an awesome resource to be available, and so we appreciate you all. And I should share that our counselors work with families if they have issues to make the appropriate recommendations or referrals in the process. So we're very much aware of the resource available. If that becomes something that our families here in Clayton County need, we direct them to where they can go for consideration for that resource.
Absolutely, and they can go to our website, www.claytoncountyga, one word, claytoncountyga.gov, and you can find those assistance grants on our website.
Very good. So let's talk about the work of how the work in the school system impacts the overall county outcomes. From your perspective, and you've been around here a lot longer than I have, from your perspective, how does our work in the school system impact the quality of life and then the reputation of the county?
Impacts Clayton County as a whole in a very, very big way. You know, when you think about economic development, they don't look at, they look at crime, but that's not first on the list. When you talk about companies coming into Clayton County, when you talk about families moving to Clayton County, crime is 2 or 3. The first one on their list has always been the school system. Why would anybody want to move their family, their kids, to a county where they can't get a quality education?
That's right.
And before I go on, in response to that, I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, your kids can get a quality and are getting a quality education here in Clayton County. I'm proud of the work that the Clayton County school system is doing.
So do you think that the school system right now is having a positive impact on the outcomes and the reputation of the county?
I really do. And I say that, I'm just not saying that to be saying it. Even despite a pandemic, Clayton County is getting more cause of interest of companies moving and wanting to move here to Clayton County. And I can't say that it is all the work of an economic development company or department, but they're looking at the school system. There's no doubt that they're looking at what's going on in our school system. So as interest continues to grow from companies and businesses wanting to come to Clayton County, rest assured, they're doing their homework. They're doing their due diligence to make sure that their family is going to be safe, but more importantly, that their kids are going to be able to get a quality education. So it has a great impact on our community. It has a great impact when it comes to our economy. Because when you got school systems, you got families, and we have, the fifth largest
district in the state.
55,000 kids is a whole lot of kids, which means there are a lot of families here in Clayton County. We roughly got just under 300,000 families or citizens in Clayton County, and we are growing. Now, if we were in a place where people wanted to be, with the world's busiest airport, with the greatest water system processes in the state of Georgia, if not in the nation, if we didn't have a quality post-secondary education system at Clayton State University, then why would they be coming? They're coming because they know what we have. We have a lot of great resources and amenities, you know, our senior centers, our recreation centers, some of the best. And not to mention our senior services department is the only, you hear what I'm saying, the only accredited senior services department or center in the state of Georgia.
Wow.
They're the only one. So those people who are 55 and older and looking for a great place to be, because they might be called a senior center, but our seniors are anything but that. They are lively, they're vibrant, they like to have a good time, and they do have a good time, and we make sure that our amenities address what they want to see.
I know when I go and say hello and speak to them at the events, they are dancing and having fun, and they dance longer than I can stand up there dancing. But I think it's a wonderful thing, and I love the focus that our county has on our senior citizens, or those who are considered senior in our county. It's amazing. It adds, in my opinion, it adds to the quality of life in our county. So I'm glad that the school system is having a positive impact. I know recently we've been hearing reports that the home values in Clayton County have been increasing, probably at the highest rate in the metro area. Mm-hmm. Can you speak to what's happening with residential and living opportunities here in Clayton County?
Yeah, there's no doubt that the home values are going up. You get more value on your return in Clayton County when you think about housing. You want to get a good housing deal, you come to Clayton County. And as you see the values of the homes going up, that is a direct reflection of what's going on in our community. And again, going back to the school system, hey, they see the value, they equate that with an up and rising community, and they are, and it shows basically because the home values are going up. People are wanting and are moving to Clayton County. School system is doing well. The local government is doing well. Then why wouldn't you want to be a part of a community that's doing well, even regardless? We have a bad perception sometimes of who we are and what we are as a county. Located on the south side of Atlanta, we don't always get our just due.
That's right.
But I'm here to tell you, and I don't have to tell you because you already know, we are not what other people, some people perceive us to be. Some people who think that this county is a poor, do-nothing county are sadly mistaken.
They are mistaken.
And if they, the people that talk, the bad talk, have never been to Clayton County. Right. Unless you have been here, unless you know the people, unless you know the school system, unless you have dealt and been to our facilities, then don't talk about us without knowing what we have and what we have gone through and where we've came from, because we've come a long way. We still have a long way to go, but we still are not the county that some people think we are.
It's always work to do, but I tell you, and I've been several places, and this county has some of the best school facilities that I've seen anywhere.
Absolutely.
I'm serious, anywhere. Some of the best residential areas, and I know right now, because we work closely with the county, that there are upcoming residential projects going on across this county. I just heard of one recently happening in the south part of the county that will bring to the tune hundreds of new families. Townhomes and medium price and upper end price homes into this county. So clearly people want to move to Clayton County, and that's a good thing. And I hope we can keep that momentum going. We're going to do our part as a school system to make it just more and more desirable.
Absolutely. So as we see our building permit requests go up for subdivisions and neighborhoods, investor is not going to spend that money unless they know that people are going to buy their product.
In that place, in that
and
location.
There are 3 or 4 major, when I say major, we're talking 300,000 and up.
Wow.
For the homes here in Clayton County. Now, do we have some blighted area? Do we have some homes that are older stock? Absolutely. Every community has that.
That's right.
But don't fixate only on those areas. Those areas there's still fine homes throughout Clayton County, but if you're looking for something more upscale, we have that. If you're looking for something on the top line, we have that. If you're looking for something affordable, we have that. We have what you need in Clayton County to come here not only to live, but to work and play.
And learn.
There
you go.
All right, I always got to add that one. Okay.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So what can we expect to see relative to the state of the county? When I know that occurs on March 10th, I believe it is.
That is correct. March 10th
and
at
it's
10
an annual event, but it's a chance for us to learn about the state of the county. So what can we expect to learn or to see and participate in on March 10th?
And again, that's March 10th at 10 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center. Thank you again for allowing us to use that facility. And I'm not going to give away the baby, the baby with the bathwater.
That's right.
But at the same time, I will tell you that the main focus, and last year has been an unprecedented year.
Yeah.
This pandemic that we are in, and I say we are still in because we are still in it, has not allowed us to do a lot. But despite that, we've still had major projects that were completed. We've had the ability to make sure that our employees remained on the job. And there are some good things that happened, but one of the most endearing things I would like to talk about or discuss is the humanistic side of what happened.
Yeah.
People stepping up.
That's right.
People placing their lives to help others. And the main focus probably of my speech is going to deal with our response to the COVID pandemic. So yes, I'll talk about some of the great things going on in Clayton County, but then the majority of what I want to talk about are our heroes, our teachers, our first responders, our healthcare providers, because I think it would be unjust not to give them their just due and to continue to give them their just due as they continue to help fight this pandemic.
I have to tell you, I sit on several panels at the national level and then, of course, state and region. Clayton County's response, our collaboration with the school system, the county, the various cities, all those weekly meetings that you lead, the response, the collective response of this county has been a model.
Absolutely.
For how communities should respond to this type of situation, a global pandemic. And it makes me very proud when people are asking, and reading about Clayton County and all the hearing about Clayton County. It really affirms that we responded and we're doing the right work for our county. So I have to commend your leadership on that. So, Chairman, what are some upcoming events? I know we're still in the middle of a pandemic and people are anxious to get outside again, but are there any upcoming events or opportunities for the citizens here in Clayton County? And I know we're still dealing with the executive orders and things of that nature, but anything that we should expect to hear more about in the upcoming future?
Well, you just spoke about the state of the county, so that's the first thing on March 10th. But also, this coming up weekend, we got two major events that's happening. And again, these events are geared towards providing relief and help to our citizens. And I believe we sent this over to your office to make sure that you send it out through your social media outlets as well. But on February 27th, let me see which one is first here. We're going to have, I have partnered with Africans Children's Fund to distribute Bags of Hope food distribution. It's going to be at Terra Stadium, February 27th, from 10 a.m. until supplies last. We're going to have about 300 boxes of food and some gift cards to help buy additional food, as well as you'll be able to use them for any utility needs that you might have. I think the cards might be about $25. But again, that's February 27th at 10 a.m. at Terra Stadium. Come early. When supplies are gone, they're gone, but it's roughly about 300 boxes that will be given away. I have also partnered with Mayor Angeline Butler, as well as the Gillum Community Church and Pastor Wilson. And we're going to do a coat, gloves, and blankets giveaway also on February 27th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's going to take place at the Clayton County Community Services Center, located at 1000 Main Street in Forest Park. 1000 Main Street, Forest Park, coats, gloves, and blanket giveaway. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you know somebody, if you're in need of a coat, hat, blanket, or whatever it may be, please tell somebody about this. We're going to exercise social distancing. You may have to stand outside and wait up for a while, but we'll send in small groups of folks, allow you, first come, first serve, allow you to pick out a coat or gloves or whatever you're in need of, and then we'll keep it moving. But we want to make sure that we are providing these services or these assets to the community so we can help address some of your needs.
Thank you. That's good to hear. We'll be sure to get this podcast out
Please.
so people can benefit from that. Well, Chairman Turner, you've been very gracious with your time. Can you share as we wind down some of the challenges that you would appeal to our citizens here in Clayton County that we should be working to address?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest challenges has been the illegal trash dumping, littering. We have a beautiful county, but we're making it ugly. Not only our citizens, and most of the time it's those traveling through Clayton County that are illegally dumping and littering. We at the county have put aside some money for beautification efforts, because when you come into this community off of 75, off of those other entry points around the county, you need to see a beautiful county. Right. Those entry points need to be welcoming. Those areas around some of our businesses Why would anybody want to stop and shop if they don't feel comfortable stopping at that location if the business is looking ugly on the outside? So there are a number of initiatives when it comes to beautification of this county that we're working on, and we're very intentional about doing something about that with beautification signs, wayfinding signs, and we're going to do our part. But my ask here is for the community to do their part too.
In other words, stop illegal dumping. Make sure your yards look good, your grass is cut,
Absolutely.
flowers look good, make sure the streets don't have trash. That's important because we want to draw people. And when people drive through, the image that we get, that, you know, they get a perception, don't they?
Immediately.
So that's important. So we appreciate that. Any other areas of challenge that we can assist and work on?
Yeah, and it comes with having a good school system as well, because, you know, we can benefit by having higher end quality hotels and restaurants as well. Everybody's always, a lot of people have mentioned to me that, hey, I would like to have a fine restaurant, you know, eating experience. So instead of going to the city of Atlanta, and we tell people all the time, we have a lot of great resources and amenities in Clayton County. You don't have to go to the city of Atlanta and other places to get a good meal. Right. But if I'll be the first to tell you, yes, we can benefit by having a higher end restaurant as well as higher end hotels. So we're working with that, but as you said, as we continue to build out Clayton County, as the school system continues to do the great work that you are doing, they're going to come. But once they do come, and that's another ask that I'm going to ask the citizens, support your small businesses. Yeah. We don't want these businesses to come and then have to shutter their doors simply because we're not being supportive of them. So when we start getting these high-end restaurants and hotels, make sure that we tell somebody about them, that we share that information, that we go visit and patronize those businesses so that they can be profitable. But not only that, every business that comes into Clayton County, I always ask them, don't come collect our money and leave. Come and be a part of our community. Be engaged. Give back, because our citizens are worthy and deserving of that. And one of the last areas of challenge that and you're well aware of this, is the challenges that we have with getting our fair share of revenue from the airport. Yes. So that's something that we've been working on, and we are diligently working hard at. And with the help of our local delegation and our city counterparts in the school system, I truly think that hopefully it'll be sooner than later, that we will get some headway and get Clayton County what we deserve when it comes to revenue sharing at that airport.
Well, I know we've got a few state and federal efforts that are underway, so we're hopeful
Absolutely.
that they pan out for our county, because our children deserve all the resources that
Absolutely.
they can get to provide that awesome education that we know is going to just take this county, their lives, their families to another level, a good level.
Yeah, when you talk about the revenue generator that the airport is, it makes you wonder how in the world could Clayton County have one of the highest unemployment rates in the metro Atlanta area. Why are our schools not properly funded we have great amenities already in the school system, but just think what we could have if we had the right amount of money to do. And it's not something that they're given, that's something that we should have.
That's true.
So just imagine how much more we could be doing for our citizens here with the money that we are so rightly.
Well, we appreciate your leadership to just keep that effort moving forward.
Absolutely.
And we're glad to work and collaborate with you to that end. Well, Chairman, as we wrap it up, I'd like to give you a chance to close out on just some great things, successes and highlights and things that you're proud of Clayton County, that all of our citizens should be aware, all of our families should be aware of, that they should share as well about the place that they're living in, that they're raising their children in, attending school, working, playing, and learning. What would you share?
Well, I think we covered a lot of that already, because Clayton County is a great place to live, work, play, and educate.
And learn.
And learn. There you go, and learn. But at the same time, I'm just not saying that. If you live in this community or this county, then I invite you. Go to our recreation centers. Go to our school stadiums. Go to the Performing Arts Center. There are so many great amenities and facilities throughout Clayton County that you're going to be proud of. You know, you talk about the water authority. We have 2 reservoirs where you can go fish at, and it's absolutely a beautiful place to go walk, go fish, or just for relaxation. You know, we have one of the top 10 best colleges in Clayton State University. We also have Atlanta Technical Institute, or whatever it is.
Atlanta Technical?
There
College.
you go. College, yes. Thank you for that. They're doing a great job, and they have a campus on the north side of Clayton County. So don't sleep on Clayton County. Know what you have available to you. And for those people who are looking to invest or come to Clayton County, let me tell you this. Our school system is a school system that you can be proud of, that you can get a quality education in. Your local government and the cities are working hard to provide an excellent quality of life for all citizens. One thing I pride myself on is I always say that we are one Clayton. One Clayton. Citizens don't care about city and county lines. What they want to know is, are you going to enhance my quality of life? Can I have a good time in Clayton County? Can my kids receive a quality education? And the answer to all those questions is absolutely a resounding yes. We have all that and more in Clayton County. So don't talk bad about Clayton County, whether you're a resident or not. If somebody's talking bad about Clayton County, you stop them right there and you say, hey, have you been to Clayton County? Do you know about A, B, C, and D, as I outlined previously? And if the answer is no, then you invite them to come down. But don't ever let anybody talk bad about the community, the county that you live in, because we are doing great things. Because Clayton County is where the world lands and opportunity takes off. And I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed should you give us a chance.
Listen, you have convinced me. Even though I know I am excited about what's happening here in Clayton County, glad to be a part of it. But Chairman Turner, I want to thank you as a superintendent for what you do to support our students here in this school district. You're always available to me if there are concerns, whether it be making decisions to close schools, open schools, etc. You're always very responsive. You give us good feedback. You're just a good partner and a great collaborator, and we appreciate your support. So thank you for being here on today. Thank you for your service to our community. We know, public service is not easy nowadays.
No,
it is not easy. But we appreciate your sacrifice, your commitment, and your leadership for moving this county forward. And this county I think is making some wonderful, wonderful strides and a great place, as you say, to live, work, play, and learn.
All right.
Well, thank you for listening today. I want to encourage all of you to join the conversation by submitting your questions, comments, and opinions to podcast@clayton.k12.ga.us. Tune in the future for episodes subscribing to Be Inspired with Beasley podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and on the district website, www.clayton.k12.ga.us. Again, I'm Dr. Morcease J. Beasley, Superintendent of Schools of Clayton County Public Schools. I'm here to keep our community engaged and informed. It's been an honor to have this conversation with our chairman of the Board of Commissioners, I was about to say Dr. Jeffrey Turner.
I'll take it.
But it's an honor to have him here today, and I hope that you, Clayton County, and beyond, that you have been inspired and learned more about Clayton County on today, because this is the county. This is the county, that was talked about recent elections right here in Clayton County.
Well, not only that, Wall Street Journal mentioned us a couple of days ago about having buildable land and having a diverse workforce.
Wow, I didn't hear that. I must have missed that one.
You need to send me that one. I'll send you the article.
That's awesome, awesome. Well, this is the county. So again, podcast for Clayton County, about Clayton County. So I hope you've been inspired today. Tune in with us the next time on Be Inspired with Beasley. Thank you again, Chairman Turner, and we look forward to you all participating in the next podcast. Take care, stay safe, wear your mask, and don't forget, stay tuned to our website as we prepare to make some announcements about the reopening of schools as the data improves and as they roll out the vaccination for educators right here in Clayton County. Take care.